Okay, so today a slightly different form of video. We are going to be focusing on the foot. It's an area that we see a lot of in the clinic. We sort of specialise in treatment of plantar fascia pain and Achilles pain. So we talk to patients a lot about the functions of the foot and how we can wake that up with some simple exercises at home. One of the issues that we find with a lot of people is that the footwear these days, it encases the foot so well, and it supports the foot so well that sometimes you can lose the function of the foot as a sort of sensory modality. So the supportive footwear stops that sensation feedback coming back into the body on a neurological level because the foot isn't as active as maybe it should be. That can then start leading to fatigue of some of the muscular structures within the foot, and if you haven't got that muscular control within the foot, you might then lead yourself open to stress and strain within maybe the plantar fascia or the heel or the Achilles potentially. So waking up the foot, number one, it's a good general practice, and number two, certainly if you are suffering any sort of lower leg mechanical issues, working on the foot is always an important area to focus on. So to start with, we are going to just stand up. Barefoot is a must for this form of exercise because, as I said, we want to work on the sensation element of the foot. So we want the foot to be in contact with the ground as naturally as it can be, and then we're just going to go up and down on tiptoes. You can use a wall for support if you like. Or you can let go of the wall, or if you're feeling particularly confident, you can keep your eyes closed, which makes it even harder for the foot because you take a sensory modality out of the body, so you're using more of the proprioception, which is the neurological and muscular control within the foot to maintain balance. And then once we've done that a few times, we can then do a single calf raise. Just a few times. This is literally just to wake the foot up slightly. And then switch it around onto the other side. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at toe control. So with these exercises, people can find them slightly frustrating because it's more of an engaged brain activity. Once you have physically activated these muscles on a sort of conscious level, you will find the exercises much easier. But if you haven't spent any time to do this before, then you might find the first few times you try it, it's particularly difficult, and you'll be looking at the foot and it will be doing absolutely nothing. But the more you practice it, the more you will be able to get that conscious control over some of these muscles. So we're going to start by just lifting the big toes up, and then we're going to drop them down, and then back up, and then back down, and then back up, and then back down, and then back up, and then back down. And then we just do one and switch it around to the other side, and then one, and then switch it around, one more, and there. Okay, now we've woken up the big toes. We're then going to wake up the rest of the toes by keeping the big toes down and rest of the toes up and back down. And then toes up and toes down, and toes up and toes down, and toes up and toes down. Now what we're going to do is keep the big toes down, rest of the toes up, and we're going to switch it round so the big toes come up and then the other toes go down. And then back up, and down, and up, and then down, and up, and then down, and then one more. Perfect. So now we've got some good toe activity. We can then just curl the toes under. This can give a nice feeling. It's a nice low-grade ache underneath the foot. Obviously, if there's any significant pain through there, just stop the exercise because you don't want to cause any discomfort. Down, and then one more. And then back down. Okay, good. So that's just woken up some of the arch muscles, and now we're going to focus on some arch control. This exercise is called short foot because what we're doing is we're stimulating the deep muscles on the inner side of the arch here, and as these muscles contract, it will effectively raise the arch slightly, which will draw the foot in and start to give you a shorter foot. So I'll do this one standing because it's sometimes a little bit easier to see. So we're just going to engage and then relax, and then engage, and then relax. Engage, and then relax. Engage, and then relax. And then I'd repeat that on the opposite side. So we're working both sides equally, and then to finish off the routine, I like to do a nice calf raise again on both sides, and then just a little bit of walking on the spot to finish off. So very simple routine to wake up the deep muscles of the foot, to get a little bit of active control through the toes and through the ankle. It might help to relieve some plantar fascia tension that may have developed, or Achilles tension that you may be feeling at the moment. If you are suffering from any specific symptoms, obviously give us a call. We can tailor exercises to your individual needs, but have a play with the video, and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.